Hey, I wanted to talk about strategies for ADHD in university because I don't think I've ever seen a video about the topic. So here they are. Oh, I think I've seen one. Yeah, I saw one video about the topic. So here we go. The first one is like in the video that I saw about it. It's to wake up early if you can. If you can't, it's still not a problem. But on some days, if you could wake up around 5, 6 a.m., it's very beneficial because it's a bit quieter and there it's not as much light, and you kind of feel a bit more in charge of your day, which is very important to start your day in a good way, in an empowering way. The second one is often you spaced out and lose lots of time, and then you'll be at 12 o'clock and you'll be panicking. Oh my god, my day is gone. What am I going to do? Or you'll go throughout your day and you'll find out that sorry, I need a sip of my coffee. You'll find out that it's difficult to begin tasks. Probably because you missed out something important and your brain's like, no, we need to go back and do that thing before we can do that thing. And it makes completely no complete sense. It's nonsense. But I like most mornings I have a sequence. And if I miss one thing of the sequence, even though I have a deadline at 2 p.m., I could not engage in doing that assignment, if that makes sense. So even if you lost time because of ADHD symptoms, uh, you can still make it a good day. Like I've seen a lot of posts about depression, how you're waking up to 12, or 1 or 4, whatever time you wake up, and you think, oh my gosh, this day is lost. So you go to bed and you watch some TV, and this doesn't make it better. What makes it better is just to try to achieve one small thing and not to abandon the day entirely. Now it's the time for another sip of my coffee. The third thing is focus mate. It's great because you work with other people and it gives you a bit of good old dopamine on these tasks that are particularly boring, like reading, writing, everything pretty much. Um, Yeah, but working with other people can make it a bit better. It's a paid service though. I think you can have 3 sessions freely, but if you want to have more than 3 sessions with FocusMate, where you're connected to work with other people who also do focus stuff or productive stuff, and like have your camera on, I think it's a good one. I would definitely recommend. I know it's not for everyone, especially if you have social anxiety. I can imagine it's not very good. Um, I know some people prefer the app Forest for their uni work. It's not for me. Okay, moving on. What's next? If you can see, I did not prepare a script because preparing a script requires too much effort and planning. Um, so next we have use blinds, which I found helpful because light is distracting. So if you want your room to be dark, although it's summer and you want to have your light lamp on, that's totally fine. I also find it helpful to have my laptop on a stand so I'm not looking down. And I saw in the YouTube video of famous neuropsychologist Hamperberg that you find it harder to focus. I'm sorry. You find it harder to focus if you're looking down. So I'm not looking down anymore. I am looking up straight ahead. Yeah. So just got I just got for my birthday. Someone else got it for me. I asked someone else to get it for my birthday, a laptop stand, and the laptop stand it's amazing. Although when you get a laptop stand, you also need to get um wireless keyboard or a mouse. So not wireless, but you can't. I guess you can still type on laptop stand, but it's just uncomfortable. So it's better to have the keyboard. And I find candles particularly soothing, just because reading, writing, it's a stressful activity. If you have ADHD, I don't think that it's a stressful activity if you do not have ADHD or dyslexia. But if you do, it's particularly stressful. Moving on. If you have ADHD, I think you'll find particularly helpful to have some reading software for you, and it also helps with the dyslexia. And your brain is like, "Oh no, not that again! I can do that." Woohoo. So reading software that reads things to you. There are free options like Microsoft can read free. Microsoft can read things aloud free for you. I am talking so fast that I'm getting out of breath. That's not very good. I don't know what it says about my own capacity. Is it a little? Fun story. Anecdote. When I was a child in school, I will answer, but I'll answer quickly like so we move x and this equals y, but x minus y equals that and things like that, and I'll be like, this point, and then I'll be aware, and everyone in the room will be like, yeah. I did that. It was embarrassing, but I did get passionate sometimes when I knew the answer. That wasn't a lot because I wasn't listening a lot, which is a shame. My parents did pay for tutors. Um, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. This will be easy if I shared my screen, but in the PDFs there is also a read out loud version. Um, you can Google how to find it, but what I found on PDFs read out loud that it's um it's hard because it doesn't read things consequently. it reads like the little shift text and toy on like the article, the journal titles, and you do not want to read all that. It also reads the stuff into brackets, which is the citations. I do not particularly like to read out loud in the PDFs or PDFs that are open on Microsoft Edge, I think it was, or the read out loud function that is open on Word. But I do love the read out loud option on Read and Write. Read and Write is a software that you get through DSA, Disabled Student Finance, and basically there is this like one reading square screenshot reader, which allows you to select a small piece of text and it reads it to you, which is great because it doesn't read everything anymore. And you can like control the speed, like with all read alouds. So that's particularly good. Uh, yes. Moving on. Positive attitude on the work you've done. Yay! I think it's very easy to beat yourself up for everything you haven't done because let's face it, there's lots to be done. And then you just feel overwhelmed. You never start anything because you're like, I have so much things to do. So sometimes it's very helpful to focus on the things you've already done and be like, oh my gosh, I'm a superstar and I sound American, I think. I don't know why. Do I usually sound like that? No, I do not think I do. But then maybe when I edit this, if I edit this or rewatch this, I'll think I sound like a giant baby. Also possible. Um, Yeah, so it's thinking about the things you've already done and being positive. Although it sounds really cheesy, but you can really get stuck in ADHD paralysis if you think about all the things you have to do and all the time you do not have and all the time you've lost on YouTube when you just wanted to check a quick email or something like that. Getting stuck online is particularly lazy. Even if you don't want to, but you're still stuck and you're like, oh no, I'm stuck. What do? I just lost so many hours. I think the easiest thing to is to forgive yourself and move on. I would beat myself for spending too much time on YouTube some days, and I'll deal with that by spending more time on YouTube. Um, it's because I saw this quote that ADHD procrastination is because of the inability to self-soothe. So you you will be stressed and you'll procrastinate because you could not control your emotions. But if you just forgive yourself for that time spent procrastinating, you're more likely to stop procrastinating. Sounds wild. And maybe sometimes, like, if you procrastinate for 30 minutes in the morning, that can be self care. I think Dr. Howell said that. He says lots of things. A breathing break for me to catch my breath. Oh, I think I said the things about candles. I found candles very helpful because they are calming. Yeah. What else? Oh, yeah, scheduling. Scheduling, it's a big one. Um, I think it's because we underestimate time, but I particularly have hard time figuring out time as well. It's strange, but sometimes I convince myself that between 1 and 2 p.m. there are 2 hours instead of one, or sometimes I look at the clock and it says, for example, 11, but my brain thinks, yeah, that's 10, and I look again and it's 11, but my brain's like, no, I think I don't know. I think I remember it wrongly, which does happen if you get distracted easily. You remember things the wrong way around. So scheduling, it's a big part of it. I do not think that there is an ideal method to schedule. I tried to Google Calendar a lot. It gets a bit overwhelming. Yes, and it gets hard to follow. But any scheduling is better than no scheduling. So, Wolf's the right notion. I find something particularly helpful in Notion uh is the widget that's like, oops, I think I went off camera. It's the widget that shows you how much you've got from your life. You put in the average life expectancy and shows you that like you're 1/3 on the way to the end. It sounds stressful, but it's really good at making you get things done. Um, okay, what else? Um, oh yes, I am going to try a new scheduling system. I have Timo on my phone, which is here, so I can show it. But Timo did not work for me, even though it's marketed as an ADHD scheduling tool. But I found out I can't. I don't know. It doesn't work. Because I can't see the timer. My phone. I can see the round timer thing, and I forget what I was doing. I don't have an Apple Watch to sync it with, so I forget what I'm supposed to do when I do it. So that's how it looks. And you select activity. For example, I have wind down for bed. And here you can see I have 4 subtasks. unwind down for a bit, and I can play start now, and it showed me here like this circle timer thingy, um, which is good, but my phone will go off eventually, and I will not be able to see it. And you can tick off these things over here, and you can move on the timer. Oops, I'll show you. And yay! It shows confetti when you finished. Oh. But yeah, I haven't found that to be helpful long term. At first, it was very helpful. I think that because of the novelty, I was following it, I was doing things, but after a while, it just didn't work the same way. So now I'm going to try with the Clever Fox planner, um, which some people with ADHD have said that they do not like, because you have to find stuff in it. It's not sequentially placed. It's like divided in parts. So the weekly review, it's in the first part of the book. Uh, the monthly not pages, the whole month preview, it's another part of the book, and the daily pages are another part of the book. I do hope it comes with some sort of tabs, but I am very optimistic that it's going to work out. Yay! And I'm particularly obsessed with planners. I buy lots of planners. I buy them in book. Do they help? No, they don't. But they're general planners. So maybe if I get something that's less general, more focused, like a bit more fun to do, maybe it will work out. Who knows? And that's one of my planning system, in which I put my lessons. You do not need to know them, but that's just so I don't forget. I put out my study times in it sometimes. It's color coordinated. It's not foolproof, but not in case. Sometimes stuff will get forgotten. Yeah, and oh my gosh, the last thing. Oh no, that's not the last thing. One of the things that really helps me is organizing for my organizational style, which I found on Clutterbuck. So I'm someone who does not throw things into basket. Otherwise, I forget what is in the basket. I'm someone who likes to display their things and have clear containers and have everything like in a museum and be functional. Otherwise, I will be I'll have my phone covered in things that I don't know where to put, and this will make me feel so overwhelmed. But having like clear containers really helps. I got these clear containers of Amazon. I don't know where I've put one. Oh yeah, here it is. But yeah, basically I don't know if it's worth 20 pounds, but it looks like this, and you can see what's in it from here. It's like a square. Um, it's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like that. And I find it particularly helpful as you have those sucking storages, bags that you can suck the air out. But they are hard because using the vacuum tube to suck the air out and compress these bags, it's harder than actually putting them straight in a container. And that's why there are a lot of duvets lying around the house at very random places. But if you put them in a container, it's easier, and you can finally get stuff off my brother's bed, which he's going to need when he visits. And you can get stuff out, and I've put them in my wardrobe. I feel very happy about this. Yay! Um, the final thing is, I did forget what the final thing is. I'll be honest, I so forgot what the final thing is. Oh, admin! It's admin! So you're likely to absolutely hate your admin Congratulations! It's pretty normal actually. A lot of people with ADHD hate admin, but they do somehow get it done. I think it's just like working through the emotion of total pain while you're doing something you do not want to do. And like keep in mind the long-term goal. For example, I had to apply for bursary. I hated every part of scanning documents and filling out stuff, filling out the application form, but you have to do it in order to get to the end part. If you hate timesheets, as most people do, filling out timesheets, you actually have to get it done to get paid. So it's something like that you have to do, and it's pretty normal for you to find it harder than you think you should find it at this point of your life or at any point of your life. But it's just something that needs to get done, and if you have accomplished it, you're a star, you're a warrior. Yoo-hoo! I think that it's really empowering for me to hear people with ADHD talk about getting their admin done. It's like, it's not impossible, they got it done, so I can get it done too. And most of the times that I did not do my admin, I procrastinated it. My finances really suffered. My mental health really suffered. It was constantly on the back of my mind. I really suffered. So, yeah, admin has big consequences if it's not done. But if it is done, it's like this little thing that's fluffy and joyous and like, yay, and I'm making absolutely no sense. But yeah, do your admin. I know you hate it, I know you find it hard, but if you get it done, if you manage to get it done, you're absolutely amazing. So much talking. Yeah, that's it. And there will be times in which you really struggle in university and you think, why did I do that? How the hell did I get myself into this mess? But it's worth just keep going. You just want that degree. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what grade you have on each individual subject. As long as you get a degree, you're in a good place. Just think about how many people with ADHD or other things never get to finish university, which is really sad. Um, on medication, some people find medication really good for you. I did not have good experience with medication, but I know it can be useful. So if you want to try it, try it. If it doesn't align with your values for some reason, that's okay too. Yeah, never feel guilty about taking medication. Um, it's like having glasses. You're dependent on them, but you're dependent on them because you need them. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and sticking to the end. If you stick up to the end, please subscribe and give this thumbs up. Although I cannot tell you what to do, so have a nice rest of your day.